Very good morning. Today we are going to continue the limit topic and then we are going to see a new type of question in the exercise 14E. Exercise 14E. So today our question will be on this pattern, right? We will have limit x tending to a, and then the function will be x to the power n minus a to the power n divided by x minus a. So your question will be on this pattern. Can you see this left hand side? Your question will be on this pattern and your answer will have to, if your question is in this format, then your answer will be na to the power n minus 1. So this exercise is going to be a very interesting exercise. It's a very, very simple question. You just have to remember some few things, okay? That the base of the numerator has to be same as the denominator. Please be mindful of that. If this is x and then this should be x, this is a and then this is a. If this base of the numerator is the same as this denominator, right? Number one, the power of these two should be same. Is it okay? And if this x is tending to a, these are the three requirements. These are the three things that we have to always check in the question. That do we have the base of the numerator same as the denominator? Do we have the power of the numerator same? And do we have x tending to a, that means this part tending to this part? If the question comes into this format, then your answer you can write using this format where n into a, the second term, to the power n minus 1. Okay, so if your question can be in this format, then you have to write the answer. You have to just finish the question in one step. Is this very clear? So now what happens is, here in most of the questions what they will do is, they will not give you the question exactly in this format, right? They will give you in some distorted manner, in the distorted form. Clear? And so we will have to do the modification in the question. We will have to rectify each of those question, and then after rectifying the question, then we will be able to write the answer into this format. Is this very clear? So I am going to take the first question. Question number 2. Question number 2. This question number 2 is limit x tending to 3. Limit x tending to 3, right? 5 to the x to the power 5 minus 343 divided by x minus 3. This x square minus 9. X square minus 9. Is it okay? Now look here. Before I teach you this question, I need to teach you question number 1. Only then you will get more clear picture. Otherwise, directly going to this question will give you problem. Question number 1 is limit x tending to 1, right? X to the power n minus 1 over x minus 1. This is your question. Clear? This is the first question. So now let us compare this question with this left hand side, right? This x tending to a, x tending to a, yes we have, right? The numerator base is same as the denominator, fine. What about the power? Do we have the power of these two same? Here the power of x is n and here we have only 1. So can this be made into the same formula, in the same form, right? So here we have a small thing to do in this question, then this question comes into this format. So we can write limit x tending to 1, x to the power n minus this is 1, and you know, like 1 is God in mathematics. I always call it as God. You can do anything with the God, right? The God does not mind. So I can give any power to this 1. This 1 will remain always 1 only. So to fulfill the condition, I need to have the power of n, 1 as n. So 1 you multiply by itself for n number of times also, it will remain 1 only. And by just doing this, we are able to modify the quotient into this format, x minus 1. Now you can see that your quotient has come into this format. So once the quotient has just come into this format, you are able to now write the answer. So final answer is n. N is the power. So this is n. Then a is the second term, that is 1. Clear? N to the power is n minus 1. So n minus 1. This is n, and 1 to the power n minus 1 will remain 1 only, and therefore the answer of this question is just n. Is it understood? Now we will move on to this question number 2. Now here what we can see is the difference between these two questions is that in this question only the numerator was the exponential number, and in the format also we expect only the numerator to be in the exponential form. The denominator should be always in the linear form. This is our expectation. This is what the question demands. Am I very clear? So, but here when I look into this question, right, numerator is in the exponential form, it's okay. But denominator also came here in the exponential form. Now what to do? How can we finish this decimal? So this situation also may come sometime. What happens now? What we can do? What is the meaning of this? Your numerator and the denominator both having exponent. What does it mean? It means this is a combination of two functions. This was one function. This is one function. This whole is one function. But here, because the numerator and denominator both are exponential number, this only indicates that your numerator is one function which is incomplete right now, and the denominator is another function, and that also is incomplete, because we can say complete only when we have into exactly this format. When we have exactly into this format, we will say that the function is complete. So here we have the numerator, we have this part as the exponential form, and this also exponential form, because both are exponential form. That means this gives you one function and this gives you another function. So how can we simplify this then? Alright, first of all, let us have this in the same exponent, right? So what we can do, and then this also in the same exponent form. So let us do this. Limit x tending to 3. So this is x to the power 5. Now how should we factorize? By doing prime factorization method, we will be able to write this in the exponential form. Okay, so when you factorize it, right, you know the prime factorization method in class 11 is not so good if I have to teach you the prime factorization of 343. Do you want me to do that? Okay, 343. 343, I want to factorize this. 3 1 are 3, 3 1 are 3, 343, no? 3 1 are 3, 3 1 are 3, and 13. So this will not go by 3, right? This will not go by 3, right? It is, oh sorry, the question itself is wrong. This is 243. This is 243. Question is 243. So 243, 4 2 6 plus 3 9. So it is divisible by 3. So let us start factorizing. 3 8 are 24, 3 1 are 3, 3 27 are, 3 9 are, 3 3 are, 3 1 are. Finished. So how many times you got 3? 5 times. So we can write this 243 as 3 to the power 5. As 3 to the power 5. 3 to the power 5. Clear? And this we can write as, this is a square. Can this also be written in the form of a square? Because we want the power to be same. So if this is x square, this 9 also can be written as 3 square. Right? Since we have a numerator and the denominator both in the exponential form, so we have clearly understood that this question is a combination of two functions. So now we are trying to separate the two functions. We are going to see both the functions, right? And to see the two functions, we are first of all expressing this numerator in the exponential form and this also in the exponential form. So we have done that. Clear? Now if I take help of this format, then I need to have the base in the linear form. Clear? And the base in the linear form, to complete the question, we should have this x minus 3. That means we have introduced x minus 3 in the numerator. That means the same we have to introduce in the denominator. So let us do the same thing in the denominator, x minus 3. Look here. Now by introducing this x minus 3 here and then x minus 3 here, we are able to see this as one function. Now is this into this format and this also in the same format? Clear? So we will have one answer from this part, right, and another answer we will have from this part. Is this okay? So after this, now we can write the answer. Here the power a is 5. So 5 in place of a we have 3. So 3 to the power 5 minus 1. This is the formula for this numerator part. This is for your numerator part. For this first function, I circled it. It will make you clear. Clear? And then for the denominator part, now I will write this in the form of, in the formula. This power is 2, then a is 3, so 3 and to the power 2 minus 1. N minus 1 means 2 minus 1, so 2 minus 1. Clear? So this becomes 5 into 3 to the power 4, denominator will be 2 into 3 to the power 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now we can simplify. This 3 is cancelled. This power of 3 will reduce by 1, so it will become 3. Is it okay? So your final answer will be 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 5s are 135 divided by 2. This is your answer. Now we are moving on to question number 6, and this question is once again the same. You can see the numerator is in the exponential form as well as the denominator also is in the exponential form. Am I very clear or not? So that means this question also is again a mixture of two questions, combination of two functions, right? So one function we will get from the numerator, another function we will get from the denominator. Means, I mean to say, the numerator has to be expressed into this format, and then the denominator also has to be expressed into the same format. Is this very clear? So now it is very simple. Since you have already seen one question of that type, it will be easy for you. This is limit x tending to 2. You know, like this x tending to 2 also gives us a very good clue, because if you see this 2, if it is x tending to a, that means in the denominator you will have x minus a, right? Here it is x tending to 2, that means for the numerator we will have x minus 2, and for the denominator also we will have to introduce x minus 2. So that is why I am saying that this exercise questions are all very, very simple. There is no trick. So let us first of all express this in the exponential form. This is x to the power 10, x to the power 10. Then this will be by prime factorization, we will get this as 2 to the power 10. Denominator we will write this as x to the power 5 minus 2 to the power 5. Right? What I told you is this will give you the clue that what could be the denominator of the numerator and what could be the denominator of the denominator. Okay? So we will write this as x minus 2 we are introducing here. So here also we can introduce x minus 2, and that's it. So this will give you one function. From here you get one solution. So this will give you 10 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 10 minus 1, right? Denominator will be 5 into 2 to the power 5 minus 1. Am I clear? So this will give you finally 10 into 2 to the power 9, and then this is 5 into 2 to the power 4. Now simplify. This 2 to the power 4 will cancel, and the power of this 2 will decrease by 4. So from 9 it will come down to 5. And this is 5, this is 5 to the 10. So denominator became just 1. In numerator is 2 to the power 5 means 32, 32 to the 64. This is your answer. This is your answer. Is it alright? Thank you. Now this is question number 7, right? This question number 7, if you see for the first time, you will find this is complicated, very complicated, right? Because the power for the first time you are getting it as a fractional number, right? So the power of this is a fractional number. That means the power of this also has to be fractional number. Now what kind of game should we play? What trick should we apply? How can we simplify? How can we do the prime factorization? Will the prime factorization work or not here? What way we are able to have this term also in terms of the same power. So these many questions, these all the different things will come in your mind. So this will make you puzzled. Surely this will make you puzzled. That is why I thought that this is the question which definitely I should do. Right? But actually, if you are smart, no, when you see this question and then try to compare with your format, all the solution will come out automatically. Right? If now I'm going to link this question with this question. What I see here is this, when this is x tending to a, that means this has to be x minus a. And here it is x tending to 9 and this is x minus 9. Fine? Same to same, nothing to do. Okay. Now if this is x minus a, that means this also has to be x minus a. It means now this is x minus 9, so this has to be x minus 9. Clear? And the power has to be same. So let us see, if I give this as 9, if I write this as 9 and then give the same power, is the problem getting solved or not? Let us see that. We are not applying any brain, we are just doing the copying. Okay? Sometimes we have to do also copying. Because this question is only based on the pattern, limit x tending to 9. So if I write in that format, it should be x to the power 3 over 2 minus 9 to the power 3 over 2 divided by x minus 9. My question is, if I write into this format, then it is matching with this given one. But is my way of writing this technically correct? Technically correct or not, that we have to check, confirm. Okay, so we have no doubt in any other part, because other part we did not do anything, only we have done changes in this part, right? This 27 we have replaced by 9 to the power 3 over 2. So are these two same? Will this give you the same value? See that. Let me show you. 9 to the power 3 over 2. Clear? Now what I can do is I can separate the power. This is 9. I can write this as power half into 3. Can I do this? Are these two powers same? Right? I just wrote this in the factor form. Clear? Now, you know the meaning of power half. Power half means square root. And the square root of 9 is 3. Clear? Now what is left is 3. So 3. So 3 to the power 3. Is it coming 27? Yes. We are nowhere wrong. Are you getting me? So, this is the technique for this question. Now, by just playing game, just by playing trick, I wrote the question into the proper format, and now I'm going to just write the answer. Once the question comes into the proper format, we only have to write the answer. So, we are going to write the answer. N is 3 over 2, right? A is 9 to the power 3 over 2 is n minus 1. Clear? So this becomes 3 over 2 and then 9, and 3 over 2 minus 1 when you subtract, 3 over 2 minus 1 when you subtract, this is a fractional number, this is a whole number, make it this, and then you simplify, the LCM is 2, then this is 3 minus 2 is equal to 1 over 2. So this becomes power half. And you know what is the meaning of power half? Just now only I told you. Power half means square root. That means the square root of 9. So square root of 9 is 3. So this is 3 over 2 into 3. Your answer is 9 over 2. This is your answer. Hope I am very clear to you. Thank you. Now next question, we are moving on to question number 8. Right? As soon as you get the question, compare it with your format and then see what game you have to play, what trick you have to apply so that you can change this question into this format. Clear? Numerator has to be in the exponential form. Do we have the numerator in the exponential form? No. So we have to do some modification in the question. So let us do that. Denominator is no problem, right? Limit x tending to a. Now this is x. This root x, can I write this as x to the power half? No problem. Minus this is a. This a, root a also I can write as a to the power half. And then denominator is x minus a. Am I clear? Now we can apply the product rule. The bases are same, so the power can be added. So this next step, it becomes limit x tending to a. This is x to the power 3 over 2. When you add 1 by half, it will become 3 over 2. This will become a to the power 3 over 2 and then denominator x minus a. So by doing this simple task, we have changed this into the required format. Now we can write as soon as this comes in the required format, you are ready to write the answer. So 3 over 2 a to the power 3 over 2 minus 1. This when you simplify, it is coming as 3 over 2 a to the power half. And a to the power, you can leave the answer into this format also. There is no problem. Or if you can use this meaning, the meaning of this power, it will be more better. So 3 over 2, you know that a to the power half. Half means it is in square root, so you can write this square root over a. And this is your answer. Is it okay? One after another, I am trying to show you as many questions as possible so that you get more clear understanding. And when you do the other remaining questions, because there will be only few remaining questions for you to do, right? That time you will be able to complete the task, right? Thank you. Now this is another interesting question, right? This is x tending to a and then this is x minus a. So these two are matching. These two are matching. Fine. Now when we come to the numerator, their powers are same, then there also we are comfortable. But the problem is the base of the numerator and the denominator has to be same. And base of the numerator, this one is x plus 2 and this is a plus 2. And we don't have x plus 2 and we don't have a plus 2 here. Because the base of the numerator has to be same as the denominator. That also is the condition. So all the conditions has to be satisfied. Are you getting me? So since we have something missing, so that we need to fulfill, and then after that we will write the answer. So we want this part to be x plus 2 and this part we want to be a plus 2. Can it be possible or not? See how. Limit. What I am going to do? X tending to a. Numerator will be as it is, x plus 2 root over 3 over 2 minus 8 plus 2 3 over 2, right? Now I am going to play a game in the denominator. Numerator in place of x, I am expecting this x plus 2. So if I do that, x plus 2, right? It is actually x minus a. Let me first of all write x minus a. X minus a. I am writing it little separate because I have to do some adjustment. So first of all, I just copied it. Now I want with x plus 2. So I am writing plus 2. Right? Now I have introduced here plus 2. I have added plus 2. It means the same time I have to subtract also. Same number. So I am going to subtract minus 2. Is this okay or not? So if I added plus 2 and then I have also subtracted minus 2, I did not make any change in the quotient. The quotient remains as it is and I am allowed to do this. I am allowed to do this. Okay. Now after doing this, then I compare. This is x plus 2, so this has to be x plus 2 and I could make it x plus 2. But this is a plus 2 and this is a. This a has to be a plus 2. But here in place of that a plus 2, mine is coming minus a minus 2. Right? So what should I do so that I can make this both as positive? Right? Because this I am expecting a plus 2. This is expected to be a plus 2. So here also we have to have a plus 2, not minus a minus 2. So what can we do? It's very simple. What we can do is, we can take out this minus sign common out. When you take out a minus sign common out, this sign of both will change. This was minus, this became positive, and this minus also will become positive. Your condition is satisfied now. Now you can see here, this is a plus 2, this also x plus 2, this is a plus 2, this also is a plus 2. Now everything is done. Now your question is erased. Now finally answer. So power is 3 over 2, then a value is a plus 2, and then power n minus 1. Your answer is 3 over 2, this is a plus 2, and then this is the difference of these two will come power half. You again know what is the meaning of power half. You can write that into a square root. So therefore your answer will be 3 over 2 root over a plus 2. This is your answer. Is it all right? Thank you. Now we will see some application of this format, right? The question is already given in the proper format, so we don't need to do any rectification in the question. But then this limit is given as equal to 405. The value of this limit is given as 405. So far we have calculated, but this time the value of this limit is already given, right? So you have to find the value of A. Find all the possible values of A. Clear? So we are going to calculate the values of A. Since the question is already in the proper format, we can write this answer. We will say 5. Answer is in the form of na to the power n minus 1, right? So 5a to the power n minus 1, that is 5 minus a, and this is equal to 405. Is this okay? This is already given. Now 5 can be sent to that side. So this is a to the power 4 is equal to 405 divided by this 5. So 5 8s are 40 and 5 1s are 5. So this is 81. Right? Now this implies your a to the power 4 is equal to 3 to the power 4. Right? Since the powers are same, the bases can be equated. Therefore, your possible values of a is plus minus 3. This is your answer. It's very simple, right? Now you will say, sir, why this power is, why this is plus minus 3? Is because this is positive. Maybe both the numbers are positive, so it is positive, or if both the numbers are negative, then also in that case, because the power is an even number. Is this okay? So when this is positive, in that case, the square of that positive quantity will be equal to the fourth power of this positive quantity will be equal to this, or if it is negative also, the fourth power of this negative quantity also will be equal to the same. That is why we have the two possibility that a could be either plus 3 or a could be minus 3. Thank you. Alright, this is the last question of the exercise, where we have to prove that this left hand side is equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so we will see how can we prove it. Let us start this question with LHS. LHS is equal to limit x tending to 0. First, I am just rewriting the left hand side. 1 plus x minus cube root of 1 minus x divided by x. This is our left hand side, right? Now the first thing that we need to do in this question is limit x tending to 0. I need to introduce minus 1 here. In order to introduce minus 1, 1 plus x, cube root of 1 plus x can also be written as 1 plus x whole to the power 1 over 3. Cube root can be converted into exponential form. Then I am adding minus 1 here, right? Then I am writing the second term, 1 minus x whole to the power 1 over 3. Now since here I have introduced minus 1, that means I will also introduce plus 1, right? Plus 1. So this is plus 1. Clear? And then divided by x. Is it very clear? After this, now I am going to do the redistribution. These two I will take in one group, right? And this is minus sign. This is minus sign. This is minus sign. Okay? This is this minus sign. So I am going to take this half as the first part and then this as another part. So redistribution, limit x tending to 0, 1 plus x whole to the power 1 over 3 minus 1 over x. Is it okay? Now we have this minus sign. Okay. Now to make this term positive, I will take out minus sign here. This becomes then positive. So it is minus 1 minus x, 1 minus x whole to the power 1 over 3. And then since we have taken out the minus and common from here, so this negative number will become positive and this positive number will become negative divided by x. we did the redistribution. Is it okay? Now after the redistribution, we will have to do some assumption. Okay, and that assumption I will do is, I will take this part as equal to y. Put 1 plus x as equal to y. Okay. Now from here we can also have the value of x. We can then say from here x we can write as y minus 1. Clear? Now here 1 plus x is equal to 1 plus x equal to y, where x is tending to 0. So since x is tending to 0, therefore y will be tending to 1. So we can write here as x tends to 0, y is tending to 1. Clear? This is for this part. Now for this part also similarly, I will write 1 minus x and I will take it as equal to z. Right? From here also I can have the value of z, x will be equal to 1 minus z. Clear? And here also the limit will change. As x is tending to 0, your z will be tending to 1. Right? So now we'll change the limit and we'll find the limit of these two separately. So first of all, this part is equal to now limit. Now here for this part we will write y tending to 1. Y tending to 1. So for 1 plus x we have assumed as y. So y to the power 1 over 3. This is minus 1, and then x is calculated to be y minus 1. Y minus 1. This is minus sign. For this we will write as z 1 over 3 minus 1. And for this x we will write as z 1 minus z. 1 minus z. Is this okay? Let us calculate the limit of this separately. That's better. Limit z is tending to 1. So this will be z 1 over 3 minus 1 over, now this will be, x will be 1 minus z. Is it okay? Now here there is a problem. Now this came in the formula form, right? Numerator base and the denominator is same. Here the numerator base and the denominator is not exactly same, right? So if this order can be changed, then the base of the numerator and the denominator will become similar, and then we will be able to apply the formula, right? So we are trying to change that one. So we will take out the minus sign common from here. That means the sign of these two numbers will change, and that minus sign we will apply here. So this will become positive, and then this will become z minus 1. Now it is ready. We can apply the formula. For this part, a 1 over 3, n is 1 over 3 into a is 1 to the power 1 over 3 minus 1. This is for this part. Now for this part, plus similarly 1 over 3, 1 to the power 1 over 3 minus 1. Clear? So in the next step, this is 1 over 3 and this becomes 1 to the power negative 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3, 1 to the power negative 2 over 3. Now the power of this one and the power of this one is negative. So we would like to make these two power positive. For that we have to shift it down. Okay. So we will shift it down. Now when you shift it down, it will become positive. 1 over 3 and then 1 to the power into 1 to the power 2 over 3. Similarly 1 over 3 and into 1 to the power 2 over 3. You know very well that 1 is such a number, you give any kind of power, its value will always come back to 1 only. So this part will become equal to 1, this part also is becoming equal to 1. Therefore you are left with 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3. Now simplify, you are getting the answer as 2 over 3, and that is your right hand side. Is it done? So this way we are ending the exercise 14E, right? And I hope I have done most of the question, all the different type of questions. You will take care of the remaining questions, right? With this, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay at home. Thank you.